Soon, you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Left side, nothing there, back for Rice. 15 on the shot clock. Rice, top of the key, shoots a three to tie it. Back of the rim, off no good. Rebound battle for Yakumaski's got it for Washington State. Left corner, Wells for three, it's good, and he's fouled.
The Wildcats are going to need some help now. Going to need some help after a 77-74 loss at home to Washington State. The Cougars come into Tucson for a second consecutive year and leave victorious. But this time, not only do they leave victorious, but they leave with the lead in the Pac-12 conference with just 4 games remaining for them in the regular season. What a ball game at McHale Center tonight in front of a sold-out house. But Washington State just had a little bit too much. You heard that play there at the end, a 4-point play to give the Cougars the lead late, and they would hold on to it to beat the Wildcats by 3 once again. I'll keep going back to this once again. The Cats had an opportunity for a final shot to win a game and could not get it done offensively. That is what now, well, it's at least 3 games, numerous opportunities in 3 games, if you count the overtimes. We can go back and count it up. I mean, they had 2 opportunities. Well, they had really 1 opportunity to win the game in this particular contest, had an opportunity to tie it at the end. At least 6 opportunities this season to win games with a final shot, and they are 0 for 6 in those situations. A dangerous slip by Caleb Love there at the end. Thank goodness he did not come out hurt from that. Disappointing loss for the Arizona Wildcats to the Washington State Cougars. Quick turnaround now for the Washington Huskies on Saturday at noon. And you got to win out now and get some help to have a chance to win a Pac-12 regular season title. All right, we'll talk to you tonight. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290 will take you probably till around sometime between 1:30, 2 o'clock, and discuss this one tonight. Joined as always by my guys, Kelvin Ifan, the captain, 1998, J.W. Madden over there as well. What year did you graduate, J.W.?
Graduate from the U of A? I did not.
Oh, you
graduate
did not?
from the U of A,
Okay,
no.
I thought you did. I'm sorry.
I did attend the U of A, but I do not have a degree from the U of A.
Okay. All right. So, Kelvin, your first thoughts on that loss tonight?
Man, Washington State, man, those guys came in and played their heart out, man. I mean, from start to finish, man. Cal Smith had those guys prepared. He had success here last year. He came in with the same type of attitude. He had the boxer's attitude where he said that, you have to be ready for U of A. They're going to try to knock you out, and you have to withstand it. And that's what those guys did. They withstood the knockout and just kept fighting and brought it down to, a couple last-second shots. And Jalen Wells, man, I mean, that was my pest, and he was more than a pest today.
Both our pests, man. That's the first time we ever picked, all 3 of us picked the 2 guys that killed Arizona tonight, which weren't the names coming in. I mean, Jones had himself a good second half. Rice had himself probably his worst game ever up there. But those 2 guys are the guys we all 3 of us picked as our pests. And they, between I'm sorry, I always mispronounce it. Chenyelu and Wells. Those 2 guys just killed him.
Yeah. Ruben Chenyelu made 6 of 7 shots for for 12 points. He was unstoppable in the first half.
Yeah.
12 points, 11 rebounds for Ruben Chinyelu off the bench. And then Isaac Jones got hot in the second half. He scored 13 of his 16 points in the second half of the game. He, at times in the second half, they could not stop him. Finished just 4 of 9, but made 8 of 11 from the line. Did Isaac Jones on a night when Miles Rice went 2 for 12, missed all 4 of his 3-point shots. No one made a 3-point shot for Washington State except for Jalen Wells, who made 6 of 10 in this game, and the final one was the worst. It looked like a good closeout by Keyshawn. I think he just kind of stumbled and then fell into Wells, and the result was a foul that allowed him to go to the line.
Well, what I saw was he closed out a little short, but some guys, they jumped forward on their landing, and he jumped past the 3-point line and came down on his feet, and they always say you have to give guys opportunity to land. So
the problem there is that was the second offensive rebound in that sequence, and everybody was scrambling. And if you saw, Wells caught that ball in the corner, guys, and the Arizona who was it? Pella got the foul. He had Keyshawn had his foot in the key, guys. So he was having to close out Kelvin a long ways. Wells caught that ball on that 3. And Keyshawn had his foot in the paint. So that's just such a long way to close out. Momentum's going to carry you in, but tip your cap. I will say this. I think Miles Rice is great, and I think he's unquestionably the best freshman in the conference, all those things. I've never rooted against a cancer survivor until tonight, and had nothing to do with him being so good and being an opposing team. Did you guys see what he did on his first basket he made?
No.
He shushed the crowd.
Oh, yeah,
he made his first bucket, and he shushed the crowd for a freshman in his first game in McHale. Instant karma, 2 for 12. I'm not saying it had anything to do with that, but Kelvin, I mean, do that. I'm not saying players don't do that. I'm saying don't do that after your first ever bucket you've ever made in that building. I mean, do a couple of things first. He's got, quickness, man. I mean, you could tell, 2 for 12 or not, Miles Rice is a damn fine player and really, really quick with the ball. But Kelvin, please weigh in. Freshman first ever game in a building like that, and that's confidence, sure, but maybe a little bit over your skis on that kind of thing. First bucket, shushing the crowd.
Yeah, well, that kind of lets you know that he's really a third-year freshman. So little older, and I think he was trying to be a little. I think he was trying to give his teammates some confidence there. It didn't work too well for him, but the rest of the guys, especially the guy Jalen Wells, he was quiet about his, but man, he at the end of the day, he spoke big with his play.
I didn't get to say my first blush real quick. I will say this. That is a great team. I'm so impressed with their staff and the plans they got going in. Obviously, the longest team Arizona's seen all season long. But the most impressive thing to me was, Isaac Jones really didn't have it going, especially in that first half. Rice didn't have it going the whole game. And they were as tough as any team Arizona's seen this year. Every play. That's a team. That's a team right there. We talked a lot about the big names coming in the pregame. But that's a team win for that Huskies team when their 2 best players didn't have one of their better games.
And Andre Yakimovsky.
I'm sorry, Cougars. I said Huskies. That's just disrespectful. Cougars.
And
Cougars.
Andre Yakimovsky couldn't make a shot. No. Again, that just goes. You hit it right on the nail there, J-Dub. When you look at some of these guys who you expected to play well and they didn't necessarily play well offensively, but you can still get to the finish line and win a game like that on the road, playing in front of a loud, hostile crowd for the first time really this season, a 5-digit crowd. That says something about this ball club. And kudos also to, Kamani Huinsu off
that
the bench as well.
Going to be special.
Yeah, he was able to get 8 points off the bench as well in 20 minutes. So, and I thought that was the big, when you look at last Saturday, 45 points off the bench for Arizona, and this Saturday you got, 5 points off the bench for the Wildcats. That was huge.
Game plan.
Yeah.
You got to give Kyle Smith credit for that game plan, and also the defensive intensity that Washington State guys had. They came out with that high 2, real, what we call almost like a high 2-3 defense, 2-2-1 almost type of half-court defense there, where they was taking away the threes. and just rotating, and everybody was on time and on point about their rotations. And then at the end, like the last 10 seconds, they'll go man to man, and they were switching that thing seamlessly. It was just nice to see them executing their game plan defensively.
That zone to man is tough. Even if you know it's coming, you get in that rhythm, and then all of a sudden you gotta, everybody's matched up. It's just a completely different flow and different feel. They're sophomore, point guard off the bench. Really impressed with that guy. The funny thing to me, guys, about this defensive effort by the Cougars, they only had 5 stocks, which are steals and blocks combined. So 2 steals and 3 blocks in the entire game, and yet held Arizona, 15 points under their average? So, I mean, just solid defense, solid team defense all around.
All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We will have our recap of our keys to the game, our best bets as well. We'll hand out an award or two to your Window Depot glass cleaner of the game, and a whole lot more as we wrap this one up tonight. 77-74. Number 21 Washington State comes in and knocks off the Wildcats. Let's go to the phones and hear first from Anthony. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show after a 77-74 loss by the Wildcats to the Cougars.
Yeah, very frustrating night, man. Washington State is a really good team. Let's give kudos to them. You guys have been, so that's why you guys are the best. You guys are really knowledgeable. I don't know, but I think Washington's 7 straight now. That might be the way college basketball is playing. That might be the biggest winning streak in the top 25 right now. If not, it's pretty close to it.
Well, yeah, these two teams had the longest winning streaks in Power 6 coming in. 7 in a row now, 8 in a row for Washington State, and 6 in a row for U of A coming in.
Yeah, and they were double. I think their only loss they lost Oregon, and then I think a double loss to Cal.
Yeah,
a double overtime loss to Cal. Yeah, so I mean, and now it's their conference to win, man. They have Arizona State at 6 on Saturday, and then they have, and I'm not sure in which order, but it's either UCLA and USC or USC and UCLA at Washington, and then at Washington State, I mean. And then the final game's at Washington against Washington at Washington State.
Yeah,
so
3 straight
conference is theirs to
3 straight home games. Yep, after Arizona State.
Yep. Yeah, this is theirs to their conference to win now, man. There's a couple things like 15 assists tonight really frustrated me. I can't really blame Love because it seemed like for a big portion of the game, he started off shooting a lot, but I mean he still had it filled the the stat sheet with his 25, 5 and 4, I believe. One thing, there's a couple plays that it just felt like Washington State wanted it more. The one that really, really frustrates me is Keyshawn Johnson throws a cross-court pass. It gets intercepted. He runs back and makes a block on the dunk, and not one other Wildcat
was back there.
Half court.
Exactly.
Yep. That frustrated me.
Yeah, it was an easy putback.
But I'll tell you what, though. That was one right there. I saw that play, and I believe Rice got the steal. I know Rice got the steal. And that was the defense, the change in defenses that got them right there, because he thought Rice was going to go man and go down with the cutter, and Rice didn't. He faked like he was going down, going back door with the cutter, and he jumped the passing lane. So that was complete defensive tendency that they caught us on right there. I mean, offensive tendency, but the defense really jumped it right there. And Rice did that a couple times. And you're right, they should have chased him down, but it was almost like a pick six, almost like, type of thing, where the guys were basically at the baseline when it happened.
Yeah, you're right. I think the person furthest down was Ballo, and I think he was at half court. And you're right, then that Ballo had to have been down close to the baseline. So, yeah. But it just seemed at times where they just out hustled us, and that's the only thing that worries me about this team sometimes is, man, like we looked so good for the last 6 games, made a quick run. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Once again, Washington State, all kudos to them. They're playing great. They have some nice pieces too. They have three little, their freshmen didn't have a big game, but they have 3 nice little pieces there that they could be some problems for people. And Just a very frustrating game. I mean, this is one that we needed to have.
I look at it like this, Anthony. I think that sometimes it's just a matchup thing, and what Arizona's strength is their length and size, physicality with the 4 seniors at what 4 positions, Kelvin? I mean, they're pretty much bigger, stronger, longer than most opponents, and they use that to their advantage, especially on the boards. What, first in the nation in rebounding differential? That Washington State Cougar team matches up really well at every position with their length and size as well. So that's just a wash. You're just not over physically longer and stronger than your opponents like you might be on an every given day. And they don't have the experience. There's some young players on that team. But, guys, with that winning streak coming in here, playing as well as they are, I mean, they're just brimming with confidence. So it doesn't matter what class you are at this point. Freshman, third-year freshman, right, at point guard. So I just think that's a tough matchup just physically for Arizona based on what Arizona's doing.
But I'll tell you guys this though, when it get down to it, to me this is the first game all year where this really became a problem. 10 missed free throws.
Yeah.
10 missed free throws, and Ballo having 4,
and Kylan missing 3.
Yeah,
I mean, you cannot. I mean, Kylan Boswell cannot miss 3 free throws. I mean, he can't.
3 free throws. I got him for 2.
I'm sorry.
1 for 2.
I'm sorry. 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
Well,
yeah.
I'm looking at the 3-point.
Yeah. He took a couple quick
1.2.
threes. But all the guys miss. That's when those 2 free throws here and there, end up hurting you from different guys. Everybody, help with that. Bradley missing 2 there. Boz 1. Love 1. 7, 8. You really got a problem there. But it just added up on us. We only needed a couple more to not lose this game.
63%. I mean, that says it all as a team.
Right.
Were any of you guys at the game or no?
I was there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
On TV, so I don't know if it was a broadcast, but at times it seemed like Mikhail was really dead. So but the sound sounded off. So I'm not sure if it was it the crowd live or was it?
I thought it was. I mean, it was. Was it the loudest crowd I've ever heard? No, but it was loud when it needed to be loud. Tommy tried to get them going at times when the Wildcats needed a run.
Yeah.
In the first half. But yeah, I thought if I had to grade it, I'd give it an A-.
I think it's the percentage of fans in the building who are above 70 after 10 p.m. might lose a little energy, I think, over time.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was a little bit later arriving crowd, I thought, than it was on Saturday. Like when I walked in the building with about 6 minutes left before the anthem on Saturday, it was packed. But whereas tonight it seemed like there was still people coming in. Still a lot of people coming in at that point.
And then you think about it, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You got about 10:30. Most of the people would have been knocked out hours ago.
Right.
Hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing. They showed a couple of plays, like in the final 3 minutes of the game. They showed a couple of people in the first row, and then I was like, this ain't the best way to show them because there was a couple of people yawning. And I was like, it's a close game, and they're showing people yawning. That's not a good sign.
No.
But, it's just like this game, I mean, hopefully you get them. Hopefully we see them again on Saturday night in Vegas.
Let's hope so.
I hope somebody knock them off before they get to it. I will want to play, but they're a tough matchup for us, too.
Yeah, it is.
They're a tough matchup for us.
I think that's the game you want to see for sure.
For sure. You want to see those guys again.
No, I do. I do, for sure.
Anthony, appreciate you calling in as always.
Good night, guys. Bear down.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We'll take more of your calls coming up. The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, number 21, Washington State, comes into Tucson and knocks off the 4th-ranked Wildcats 77-74. With J.W. Madden and Calvin Ifan, I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog Inn Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Now that winter is really here, cooler overnight temperatures mean that your tire pressure warning light could be on. In most cases, you solve the problem by simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. As always, you can stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with that low pressure warning light, we fix those too. Check out jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, here to get you there.
This just in, Goodfellas AC is matching up to $2,000 on federal tax credit.
Whoa, seriously? This is unbelievable. I gotta call Floyd at Goodfellas.
Hello, Goodfellas. Floyd speaking.
Is it true about the $2,000?
It sure is. Homeowners like you may qualify for a 30% federal tax credit up to $2,000 on qualifying heat pumps. And Goodfellas will match the tax credit dollar for dollar up to $2,000. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Whether you're preparing for a proposal, planning a getaway, or spending time with your special someone, don't let your knee, hip, and back pain become that annoying third wheel. The Good Feet Store's arch supports can help you live the life you love 2 feet at a time. And here's a bonus. They're HSA FSA eligible. Schedule your free fitting and test walk at goodfeet.com or just drop by your nearest store. Walk-ins are always welcome. Make 2024 the year of memorable moments, not aches.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
Caruso's, a Tucson tradition since 1938, located on historic 4th Avenue. For 4 generations, Caruso's handmade sauce has been prepared with love by a family member, using only the best ingredients. Enjoy specialty Italian dishes like lasagna al forno, chicken tetrazzini, real Italian sausages, spectacular pizza, as well as many vegetarian options. Caruso's offers outdoor dining on their garden patio with indoor dining also available. Open Tuesday through Sunday, with all your favorites available for takeout. For more information, call 520-624-5765 or visit their website at carusositalian.com. Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit novahomeloans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or RoyalKia.com.
Get the backyard you've always wanted with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you're ready to dive in, then visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Schedule now and get 3 months of full service free. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. First Choice Pools, the first and only choice.
The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Throws it out to Keyshawn Johnson. Hand it to Love. 8 seconds. Love around a Ballo screen. Love drives right, slips and goes down. He traveled, and it's Washington State ball.
Do we have to call out the floor kids for that one?
It was weird. It looked like both his feet slipped simultaneously.
That's you don't see that a lot.
No.
Unfortunate, but like I said, dangerous slip there. Good thing he was not injured.
Oh, yeah.
He could have easily cleft one of those legs underneath the other, underneath his body, and torn his knee up on a slip like that. But fortunately, not the case, and Caleb Love will be okay moving forward. Wildcats, though, lose the game 77-74. Let's head back out to McHale Center and hear from Umar Ballo and Jaden Bradley after the ball game.
It was not a bad matchup. Obviously, they're a great team. I don't think that it was a bad matchup for us. They're well coached, and they just came out a little bit higher than us today. But I don't think by any means it's a bad matchup for us.
Keyshawn Johnson, can you talk about his effort? He saved 2 dunks, running back, chasing them down. Can you talk about his effort level today?
Keyshawn, high energy guy, great defender. Those were 2 big-time blocks. And I think one of them, they ended up scoring, so we got to do a better job kind of helping them on there as well. So.
And what was the issue offensively where you just couldn't get, obviously enough baskets?
I would just say, earlier missing bunnies, fast breaks, missing layups, and, turning it over. Their zone is kind of, a hectic little zone. They kind of run around, kind of unorganized, but they talk and they do well in the zone, and it kind of had us rattled for a little bit.
For either of you, do you like it that it's a short turnaround between this and the next game so that it's easy to just shove this one away?
I mean, hey, we're obviously having a great season. One loss doesn't determine our season, and our main focus is the next game because I know it's important to us, just as this game was. So this game is already over, it's in the past, and now our main focus is Washington. Obviously, they're a great team, so we respect them, and they're going to get our full attention.
What was Coach Lloyd's message to you guys in the locker room?
Positive. Anything but positive.
So, next game, we didn't play, our best game, but we were still in it. A couple loose balls here and there. The game would turn around. But, good thing it's a quick turnaround. You definitely had this game in the back of our minds, and you go and play our hardest on Saturday.
Hey, Kelvin, is it worrying to you that they're 0-4 in one-possession games this year?
You said, does it worry me?
Yeah. Does it worry you that the Cats are 0-4 now in one-possession games? They've been in 4 this year, and they've lost all of them.
No.
FAU was 96-95. The first game in Pullman, 73-70, and then they lost 83-80 to Oregon State. And